Right now, let's talk a little Stark County high school football. We love doing that here on 1310 WDPN and, of course, Q92 Sports and Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Let's bring him in, the new Wildcat at Canton South, head coach Badre Bardawil of the Canton South Wildcat football team. Coach B, good afternoon and congratulations, my man. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me, Sam.
You got it, man. So happy for you. You've been around a little bit. You've been doing head coaching. You've been an OC. You've been in a lot of just great football programs. Now this is your baby. Now you get to step in here and you get to run the show at Canton South and watch this thing grow and get it to where you want to go. Take us through the process, if you would, Badre, on how you ended up at Canton South and being the head guy.
Yeah. First off, I just want to say I'm grateful to Canton South for giving me the opportunity. The job opened up once Coach Dennison went to Glen Oak, and I felt like it would be a good place for me to go after that job. So I applied the day it opened up. I really wanted them to see that I was serious about wanting that job and wanting to take over that program. I feel like it's in a really good place. I feel like Coach Dennison did a really nice job there, and I feel like it's in a really good place to kind of take that over and try to take it to that next step and take it to that next level. I'm really excited about it. It's a great community, great district, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Badre, what are you going to bring with you as far as your coaching style, your philosophy, the lessons learned, other stuff that you've learned from other coaches in the area, being the OC McKinley, being the OC over Jackson and some other stops as well? What are some of the things that you're going to bring with you to Canton South?
The first thing I want to create is a family atmosphere. Families are really, really important to me. I think in any sort of family atmosphere that builds a culture of trust. It builds that culture of we're going to care about each other, and they're going to see how much I care about them and about how much I care about Canton South. Being consistent every day, and just earning the players and the coaches and the admin's trust by how hard I'm going to work, and really show them how dedicated I am to building a championship team there.
What's the first couple of things that you want to do? Have you met with the team yet? What are some of the plans in the next couple of weeks as you kind of get your feet wet and settle in a little bit?
Yeah, I just got hired yesterday morning, 7 a.m. board meeting, which was pretty unique, but was pretty awesome too.
Right.
Got a great tour of the facility. It's a beautiful school, and then so now. My hope is this Friday I'm going to head over to the building and have a lot of meetings with a lot of different admin and meet a lot of people. And then the plan is to meet the team toward the end of the school day.
Okay.
So Friday's going to be a fun day, and I really, really look forward to it.
Badre, what being around the area as long as you've had and being at schools and playing teams, and I know you're familiar with a lot of the talent, a lot of the rivalries, a lot of the venues. What all did you know about Canton South, the school, the traditions? Maybe always, you thought of basketball back in the day when you talked about Canton South and Coach Dennison. I mean, he turned them around and had a couple of really nice runs. And if it wasn't for Cleveland Glenville, they may have went to a state championship game a couple of years ago. But what did you know about Canton South and football and things like that?
Well, I'm born and raised in Canton, so Canton South not that far. It's a program that's always produced a lot of really talented kids.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's a blue collar, tough, hard nosed place. So I really like that, and I feel real comfortable going to a district where they care about working hard and being blue collar, but also having some dynamic athletes to go along with it. I've always had a lot of respect for them. And like I said, they put together some really good years. They play in a good conference in the Pac-7. A lot of good coaches, a lot of good athletes. And I just felt like it was a really, really good fit, and I'm really excited about it.
Well, what are your thoughts on the Pac-7 from top to bottom?
Yeah, boy. I feel like it's a conference that scores a lot of points, and a lot of good coaches in it. Coach DeMarco, Coach Stacy, Coach Sarbaugh, Coach Dial. I mean, there's some really good coaches there. Good tradition teams with Orville and Manchester and Northwest. I mean, it's just a really good league, and it's had teams that's made playoff runs pretty consistently year in and year out, and they produce a lot of really good talent. So I'm really excited for kind of for a fresh season of new conference play. I've been in the Federal League, which is really, really good, really well coached, and I've been in the Fed for 8 years now. So it's definitely going to be a change of pace going to the Pac-7, but I really look forward to it, and I look forward to the challenge. We got a tough schedule.
No doubt. Badre Bardawil is our guest. He is the new head football coach at Canton South, joining us here on the Sam Bourquin Show, 1310 WDPN, and all across of our social media platforms, including the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Badre, we've known each other for a long time, and
Sure.
I've watched you grow with through the community of football. And I was we had a little I guess you would call it a little impromptu station meeting today, earlier this morning. And we were talking about some of the stuff that we're going to be doing on the show and interviews and coaches and scheduling and stuff like that. And I brought up that we were going to have you on today. And I said, Badre is one of the smartest, scientific. His offenses are, it's almost at an NFL level, like the complexity and how brilliant that you are. And I'm not just saying this because you're on the show. You are a mastermind of calling plays and coming up with formations and things like that. Where did that come from?
I don't agree with all that, but I want to think that if somebody watches an offense that I'm in charge of, the first thing they see is that the kids are fundamentally sound, that they're playing fast and being comfortable in what they're doing. It's just one of those things where I like to try to get the ball in our best players' hands. I kind of like to spread the ball. Balance to me is having the ability to win with the run or the pass. Balance to me is getting everyone the touches that they need. And I'm going to try to do the best I can do those things in a way that makes a defense really uncomfortable. I've done that well at times. Other times I wish I could have done it better. But I've always kind of worked hard at it. I've always kind of studied the game. Go into clinics and meet with coaches as a young guy.
Mm-hmm.
So the offensive football has always just really intrigued me, and I've tried to evolve because the game is always evolving. And, so it's just one of those things but you always want to play to the strengths of your kids. That gets guys to play fast, and ultimately be fundamentally sound and be physical.
Badre Bardawil is our guest here on the Sam Bourquin Show, 1310 WDPN. Badre taking over the head football coaching position at Canton South. Now the Wildcat guy is in charge. We talked about the Pac-7. With that being the situation with the great teams there, and I'm sure some budding rivalries will ensue over the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years. Division-wise, region-wise, those are always in flux because of, things are changing with the dynamics of the numbers with the OHSAA. As far as Canton South is concerned, Badre, what are the numbers that you're looking for as far as guys coming out to play, the number you'd like to keep on the varsity roster, how you're going to build your depth? What would be a comfortable number for you?
Yeah, I don't know if you could pinpoint it to one number. I feel like if you're doing things in a program that makes kids want to come out and be a part of it, that's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see kids leave the program or not want to play anymore. I want to see kids want to join it, want to see that good things are happening, that kids are talking positively. I said in my interview, I want kids to identify as Canton South football players, and that means that no matter where they're at, they're wearing their gear, and they're talking about our program with a ton of pride, and they're proud to be a part of it. I feel like I'm going to try to build a staff to help build that culture to where we're getting kids to want to play and keep building. Obviously it just starts with youth football and middle school, and doing the right things there. And I think when you build your numbers based on positive energy and pride, then that number could be whatever it wants to be.
Mm-hmm. As far as the scheduling, I know obviously the schedule was already made before you took over the program, but I know that, you'll work hand in glove with the AD and folks with the administration. What would you like your non-conference schedule to look like if you could, dream something up that would be a perfect fit for you and the program where it's at right now? What would you like to see?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Pac-7 itself is a tough enough schedule. I mean, there's a lot of quality teams there. So there's 4 non-conference games.
Mm-hmm.
I like to play teams that are going to prepare us to get to a playoffs consistently if we're lucky enough to get enough wins and do all those things. I feel like we're in a place to where if our program is where it wants to be, we feel like we could schedule some good teams consistently, but I just want to do whatever it takes to put a schedule together that challenges our kids, where every game we can learn and grow from, and win as many games as we possibly can, because winning is going to be important. It is going to be important to me because I want our kids to care about winning.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to do all the things that are necessary to give themselves a chance to win. So I'll never be bashful about the fact that I care about winning. So I want to get a schedule that gives us the best chance to do that, while preparing us for a potential earned playoff run. I know it would be great to keep it local. There's so many good teams and coaches that I'm friends with from around the area that
mm-hmm.
we get local games. That'd be awesome, which means that's great gates.
Yep.
I think that's really, really important. But ultimately, that's going to be something that me and whoever the next AD at Canton South is going to be, we'll sit down and make those decisions and do what's best for the program.
Badre, you mentioned that you've been in the Federal League the last 8 years, of course, McKinley, Jackson, and some other stops before. How has Stark County football over the last 10, 15 years plus, how has it changed in your eyes, if at all?
I think the Federal League was always built about being a really physical league, downhill running game, load the box defenses. And then I think it started to evolve about 12 years ago, where I think certain coaches came in the league and started to open it up a little bit, started catering to more of the athletes, starting to spread the ball. I think the coaching in the Federal League is so good. All these guys know where to shift their offensive and defensive strengths to. Some guys, like when you play certain teams, you're going to play the same defense every single week because
right.
That's what they are. That's
yep.
what they're good at. That's what they can fix. Offensively, they're smart because they know, hey, if they have a really good running back, they're going to cater. It's going to go through their tailback. But if they have a quarterback, they're going to make it more quarterback driven and all the checks and all the spread offense. And, so I think, you didn't see 5 wide much in the Federal League 10 plus years.
No, you did not.
Now I was doing it, and Green does it, and North Canton does it.
Yeah.
These guys are spreading it out. But hey, and that's just playing the program straight. You got really good coaches that have won a ton of games because they get how to make it right for their program. But some guys still want to get and play smash mouth, and that's awesome because they can.
Yeah.
So I think the league has evolved, but it has in an intelligent way.
Badre, for the people that are listening to you for the first time, they're tuning into the show, and maybe they're Canton South alum, maybe they're just a Stark County High School football fan, maybe they love talk radio, and we're all about all that stuff here. Let everybody know kind of who you are, where you went to school, where you started, why and how you got into football as we start to close things out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a St. Thomas Aquinas grad. Started coaching when I was just turning 20 years old, coaching freshman line for Jack Rose at Glen Oak. Had an amazing opportunity to go be an offense coordinator at Lexington with BJ Payne.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was amazing because I'd never been a varsity coach, so I went from junior high and freshman to being a varsity OC. So I always am, really grateful to BJ for giving me that chance. Went from there to be a head coach at Claymont in Uritzville, which is a district very similar to Canton South, and that I absolutely loved. Made a big decision to transition to Massillon, Washington, which everyone knows what Massillon is, and it was an amazing opportunity. I tell people it's kind of where you get a football PhD.
That's right.
Because just the level of play just goes up by 10 notches. I was offensive coordinator there, and then was a head coach at my alma mater at St. Thomas, and had an amazing time there coaching at where I went to school at, and then spent the last 8 years being the offensive coordinator at McKinley and Jackson. So I've had a pretty wild journey with so many awesome times with great people and great players. I've coached some great players, been lucky, really lucky. Everywhere I've been, I've tried to be the same guy that coaches kids the right way and is consistent and treats people the right way. I learned that from my parents. I learned that from Jack Rose. I learned that from Mike Kearns, who I played for at St. Thomas.
Right.
That if you treat people the right way on a daily basis, then you'll earn their respect. And I'm a football junkie, and I've just spent my life just studying this game and caring about it, and the kids I coach, and I just hope to make Canton South and their community and their district proud.
Well, I think you're going to do a heck of a job. Canton South, you got a good man in Badre Bardawil. He's gonna make you proud, and you're going to get after it, and you're going to do well. I'm so happy for you. Well deserved, and I know we'll continue to cross paths here when the football season gets cranked up. Badre, congratulations again. Thank you for coming on. I know you're busy. Go get it, man. Hit the ground running. Do your best.
Okay, brother. Thank you, Sammy.
You bet. Good to hear you. Good to see you. Good to hear you. Badre Bardawil, the new head football coach of the Canton South Wildcats.